What's the smartest loophole you ever used to beat school rules? Senior year of high school in 2013 was already exhausting for me before the school even decided to change the rules. I was grieving the loss of my sister, struggling with undiagnosed chronic pain, and had already dealt with car crashes and concussions earlier in the year. Every day was a fight just to stay awake and get through my AP classes. I was a straight A student, the kind who never got in trouble, but by that year I was running on fumes. And then, the school managed to make everything harder. They had changed the student parking lot in a way that created a massive traffic jam every morning. Hundreds of students could be stuck outside the doors, waiting, all because one person was moving slowly. On top of that, they shortened the time between classes from 7 minutes to 5. Walking across the building without anyone else in the hallways took 5 minutes on its own. With 1,200 people crammed in, even 7 minutes had been a challenge. So, predictably, tardies skyrocketed. The old rules had been reasonable. Too many tardies meant after-school detention with the teacher. Skipping 5 classes without an excuse meant in-school suspension. Missing more than 20 days, no matter the reason, meant repeating the class. It wasn't great, but at least there were limits and exceptions. The new rules? Pure chaos. 3 tardies equaled an automatic suspension. Skipping 1 class without a parent's note also equaled suspension. Rack up 3 suspensions, and you were forced to retake the class. The old 20 absence rule? Gone. Completely deleted. And the catch was that if your parent excused the absence, it didn't count against you at all. That's when everything changed. One morning, road construction made me so late I didn't arrive until halfway through second period. I was sent to the office where the secretary handed me a suspension slip. But when I looked at the printed attendance policy, something caught my eye. The wording said unexcused absences would trigger the punishment, not excused, unexcused. And without the 20-day repeat rule, there was no cap on excused absences. Right then and there, I pulled out my phone, called my mom, and asked her to excuse me. 30 seconds later, the suspension was gone. The secretary looked furious. The counselor, who had been trying to look intimidating, sank into a chair as the realization hit him. I had just found the loophole. That night, my mom went one step further. She wrote me stacks of fill-in-the-blank excuse notes. Each one read, "I excuse my child from blank period. If you have any questions, please call me at work number. Signed, Mom." She even confirmed them over the phone whenever the office called. She didn't care if I missed class as long as my grades stayed up, and she knew how much I was struggling. From then on, I had freedom. Running late in the morning, grab a coffee at Starbucks and skip first period. Hate that weightlifting class they shoved me into. Skip it unless it was swimming day. Lunch break too short, extend it to 90 minutes. Need more time to finish a project? Sleep in and only show up for the test. I walked into third period with pretzels and a soda more times than I can count, while the staff glared helplessly. The secretary's eyes narrowed every time I slid a note across the desk with a coffee in hand. The counselor leaned against walls trying to look stern, but there was nothing he could do. The rules were on my side, and he knew it. He tried to fight back by appealing to the school board, begging them to change the policy mid-semester. I went to one of the meetings for fun. A board member actually burst out laughing and asked, "Who wrote this ridiculous policy?" The counselor turned bright red as the board told him plainly that district rules required policies to remain in place for the full semester. He was stuck. Of course, word spread among the students. Others began using the same trick, though it depended on whether their parents would play along. My mom didn't mind, so I became the poster child of the loophole crew. By the end of the year, attendance records were a disaster, but no one could stop us. For me, though, it was more than just a game. That loophole gave me breathing room I desperately needed. My grades stayed high, and for the first time that year, I wasn't running myself into the ground. It probably saved me from burning out completely or landing in the hospital. By the next year, the policy was scrapped and replaced with the old system, but I had already graduated, diploma in hand, with the satisfaction of knowing I had beaten them fair and square.